Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Scott or Zephyr, and in today's video I will be showcasing my Regulation D rain team that I'm having a ton of fun playing on the ladder right now. There is no doubt in my mind that you've definitely seen variations of this sort of team going around on the ladder or at tourneys or in competitions and such, but this is my take on the rain team for Regulation D. So without further ado, let's get straight into the breakdown. Okay, so first up on the team breakdown today is Basculegion. To a lot of the veteran VGC players, Basculegion won't require any introductions. However, to any of you guys that are unfamiliar, let me break it down for you. Basculegion is the new regional evolution of Hisuian Basculin. Basculin's been a Pokemon since Gen 5. It was just a single fish type Pokemon. It's okay, it didn't really do anything special, so it kind of just went under the radar for a long time. In Legends Arceus, that released last year, they created Hisuian Basculin, and then Basculegion came out of that. And they've given it the Water Ghost typing, which is really, really good typing. It's super aggressive, it's got really good abilities, it's got a really good move pool, it's got decent stats, especially in the speed and attack frame of things. It's not going to take any hits like that. It might take one hit and go down, so you really have to play it around on the board well. But this thing can output so much damage. Aqua Jet or Wave Crash in the rain are going to do a ridiculous amount of damage, as well as Swift Swim, as I've chosen for my Basculegion, which doubles its speed in the rain, so it's going to be moving before most things, such as like Flutter Mane, etc., as long as your opponent doesn't have Trick Room up, for instance. But Wave Crash is probably going to OHKO a Flutter Mane, it's going to OHKO a ton of different Pokemon. The Life Orb is there just to give Basculegion even more power, but I would personally, from my preference, say that you want to kind of pivot this thing around on the board. It can take an OHKO here, it can take an OHKO there, but you really want it to be your last Pokemon coming out, because Last Respects, if you don't know as well, is a new Pokemon move from, I'm pretty sure, Gen 9. It might have come around in Legends Arceus, I couldn't tell you that, but Last Respects does 50 base damage, and for each Pokemon that faints on your team, it gains 50 more damage. So this damage move can scale up to 200, which is ridiculous. It's almost on the same kind of tier as Rage Fist, and then it's Stab as well. And you know, with Swift Swim and Rain, this Basculegion is going to be going through a lot of Pokemon very quickly. It's going to be going before them, it's going to be taking OHKOs, especially if it's the last thing out. So my personal preference is to bring Basculegion out in the end, have it start taking OHKOs left, right and centre, and just kind of clear the game for you. Next up on the list is Pelipper. Pelipper requires no introduction for rain teams. Pelipper is the premier rain setter with Drizzle as its ability, so whenever it hits the field, it activates rain. You've got the weather for yourself, so it's great on any rain team. It was great with Palathin, Impalance, all that sort of stuff. Mine has the Grass Terror, because if something's going to hit your Pelipper with an electric move, such as, for instance, Thunderus, which I have on this team as well, then you can Grass Terror to save your Pelipper, whether that's going to allow you to set Tailwind, whether it's going to allow you to take an OHKO on, say, Amoongus with Hurricane, or anything else with Hydro Pump. It's a really good defensive terror. I personally prefer defensive terrors on Pokemon, because then you have much more wiggle room in your games and with your board positioning, and I just think that's better overall. It's got the Focus Sash, so if you can't terror it, it's going to at least take 2 hits before it goes down. And then Hurricane, because Hurricane is 110 base power, it's 100% accurate in the rain, which Pelipper sets, so it's fantastic. And it also has a 30% chance to confuse the opponent when it hits. It's going to destroy Amoonguses, various grass types, all that sort of thing, so it's a very good move. Hydro Pump, because it's Pelipper's main form of stab, and you know, it's got the same kind of issue there as Iron Bundle. You're not always going to hit them, but when you do, it's going to hit like a truck. Tailwind, because there's the Zephyr playing bingo card for Barrett. Tailwind, because it allows your Pokemon to outspeed your opponent unless they activate TR or something like that, so it's kind of great when you know that that's not going to happen and you can take advantage of the game. And then Wide Guard, because I think a lot of people sleep on Wide Guard. There's so much spread damage in the format right now, whether that's Dazzling Gleam, Expanding Force, anything like that. Wide Guard and Pelipper allows you to play around Pokemon that only have those sorts of moves or would prefer to be hitting those sorts of moves, and it's just a great move overall, really. Okay, so next up we have Flutter Mane. Once again, Flutter Mane requires no introductions. If you watch any of my other videos or any other VGC YouTuber, Twitch streamer, any of that, Flutter Mane is the best Pokemon in the entire format. It has the best spread moves, it has the best special attack, it's super speedy, it can take multiple KOs, it's just a phenomenal Pokemon. It's 80% pick rate in every tournament ever, so that kind of just should be self-explanatory to you. We're using pretty much the standard Flutter Mane set, so we're using Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, all of its primary stab moves for excess amounts of damage, Protect because it's pretty important, even with Urshifu running around in the format, and then Fairy Terror type because those extra 2 times stab boosted Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast can literally just take games on its own. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Booster Energy Flutter, not the choice specs, not the focus sash. Booster Energy that activates the special attack. This Flutter Mane, if you look at the Poképest, that will be in the description below, has a lot of bulk. It's also got a decent amount of special attack, so it can definitely take care of it on itself. So yeah. Another Pokemon that requires no introduction, Amoongus, has been a staple in VGC since Regulation A. It's incredible. It removes Dozogiri strategy, it puts things to sleep, it takes a ton of damage. It's now also a great Urshifu counter with Terra Water, Rocky Helmet. Amoongus is one of the best Pokemon in the format also. It's a great defensive wall that you can swap out, say, Basculegion into Amoongus to take some form of attack, like an electric attack, if that worries you. And yeah, Amoongus is just one of the best defensive Pokemon that exists, so that's why it's here. Alright, so it's time for a sleeper pick. So I actually have Farigiraf on this team. I think Farigiraf is about to see a rise in popularity in Regulation D. It is a phenomenal Pokemon, guys. So Armor Tail, if you don't know, stops priority moves. Priority has been a massive issue since the game's first season in Regulation A. Since Dragonite, Normal Terra, Choice Band was worked out with Extreme Speed, Farigiraf literally blocks that entire playstyle as long as it's on the field, so that's phenomenal in itself. You also have Imprison Trick Room, so you can prevent your opponent from playing Trick Room, which can also cause them absolute pain if they're running a Trick Room heavy team, or even if they use Tailwind, you can use Trick Room yourself to reverse that and put your team in an advantageous position. Then we're running Psychic, as it's Farigiraf's main source of stab damage. It does great damage. It can deal with non-terra Amoonguses. Just overall a great move. Hyper Voice, because it's another form of stab that Farigiraf has, because it's normal Psychic. Spread damage, does a lot of damage. Imprison Trick Room is self-explanatory because, you know, as I just said, it prevents or allows you to play whatever way you'd prefer to or whatever benefits you in the situation. And then Farigiraf has Throat Spray, so once it uses its first Hyper Voice, it gets a special attack boost, which is really, really good for the Pokemon. I honestly think this Pokemon is super underrated. I think you'll see a lot of it in the coming format, and yeah, it's just great. We're running Dark Terra, so if, you know, there's a Thunderus or Tornadus, anything that has Taunt, you can actually just click Dark Terra and prevent that from happening, and it also allows you to live things like Kingambit, Kowtow Clave, even though this Farigiraf is built to have a role to be able to survive that. Alright, finally on this list, guys, we have Urshifu and Thunderus, which is a very odd Pokemon to me. I've never actually used it because it's never actually been very good as far as I'm aware, but it's actually super good in this format for the one simple reason that it has Volt Absorb. So Volt Absorb allows you to switch Thunderus into, say, Iron Hands, go into Wild Charge or Thunder Punch any of your water types, and Thunderus will actually heal or just take the damage and it will do nothing. So it's good for mind games. It's a really good Pokemon damage-wise, like Thunderbolt with Urshifu and Thunderus built the way I have it, and the Magnet item, which boosts its damage by 1.2, can actually take Gokos on its own, which is insane if you think about it. It's got really good typing in Electric Flying because the only thing that's really hurting it is Rock type moves, which there is a fair amount of, but you're not going to be putting your Thunderus in front of that, I'd like to think. You've got Rain Dance because if you're fighting other weather teams such as Torkoal, you can actually just use Rain Dance, or even Tornadus. So this is the big thing with this. Tornadus will use Sunny Day, and because it's Prankster, it will go off first. But then your Thunderus will use Rain Dance, and it will always come second. So it's a bit of tech in the team as well, and it works really, really well. I've played against like multiple Tornadus Chi-Yu teams, or Amoongus Sun, or Torkoal Sun, and this Thunderus actually allows you to kind of play against that, which is really, really good. It's got Taunt because Taunt is a great move overall. As I was saying with Farigiraf, you can Taunt Amoongus, Farigiraf, even other Pokemon like Armarouge or Indeedee. Really important move. Really good in the format. Nothing bad to say about that. And Protect, because as I've said before, Protect is pretty much a staple of VGC. So yeah, Urshifu and Thunderus is really good. I'm really enjoying using it. I've actually wiped a few squads of it already, and yeah, great Pokemon. So yeah, guys, that's the team breakdown. I hope that it makes sense to you as to why I picked what I picked and what's placed in each position on the team. Overall, I've been using the team and I've been having a great time with it. As I said, there's multiple versions of this sort of team going around. This is my version. I think it's my preferred version because you've got a lot of counter ability for a lot of the metagame as of current, and it can do absolutely ridiculous amounts of damage very, very quickly if your opponent lets you run away with the game. But don't listen to my opinion, use the team. The code is in the top right as per usual. It's also in the description with the Poképaste. And if you do use the team, let me know what you think of it, what you think is good, what you think is bad. I'm always interested to hear your feedback. And that's really been about it, guys. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I constantly appreciate your support. I tell you all the time, but I can never say it enough. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel because we're nearing 600 subs, which is insane to me because in the past year I've been making Pokemon content. I've seen growth like I've never seen growth before, and I'll never be able to tell you how much I appreciate it. Like the video because it's the best form of support for the channel itself. It puts it higher into the algorithm. It helps out a ton. yeah, that's really about it. And if you want to catch up with me on other socials, they're all down in the description as well. So yeah, I've been Scott Zephyr. Thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have fun with the team, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Right, so I'm at the bottom of the screen.
Right, we definitely bring the draft here. I genuinely think that Flutter Mane is a good choice here, because you can just Fairy Terror on turn 1. Then honestly, I still think that this is the strongest thing I have here. Like, such a good ability. Like, I feel like that's a very miserable lead from you. Like, I actually just have to double into Flutter Mane here to get, like, good results. So, really, I hit this, and I go Terra, and I go... Do I Moonblast here? Yeah, I have it with Rocky Helmet and Terra Water. See, I debated Rocky Helmet, so you've just changed it into your Amoongus. What's the spread for yours? Because I'll send you the spread for mine on Discord, bro. Like, I'm sending it to you right now. Taunt, that's fine. I had no intention on Trick Rooming. Air Slash. Are we just going for like straight out for it right now? Is this Flutter Mane slower? This is really bad for you. Wow, that's a lot of damage. What did this Flutter Mane do? I looked away from my screen for a second, and it was dead. What did the Flutter Mane do? Because somebody explained to me what happened with the Flutter Mane. Like, the Flutter Mane was there and then it was just gone. Right, now we start spamming Hyper Voice, and now we start clicking. Do we click Dazzling Gleam here? Actually, you know what? I think I can actually affect it. And if this is multi-scale Dragonite then I can just break it some multi-scale first. So multi-scale, for you guys that don't know, means that when a Pokemon's at full HP, it takes less damage until that's broke. So the idea here is we chip the health of the Dragonite and protect the Flutter Mane so we can do more damage. I think it's taunted. You think the Flutter Mane taunted? Oh yeah, it did, because of the Air Slash. What an odd play. That's such a weird one. Taunt Flutter Mane? Like, I ran it at one point, I'm not gonna lie, I did run it, but like, I don't think it's great. That's Choice Band, and that's, yeah, that's definitely multi-scale Dragonite, that's fine. I think the only problem I really have here now is that D-Knight is going to do some damage, but I think I get away with... actually, do I? Do I get away with that? I don't have a free switch in here either, so I kind of have to make a move here. I think I just Moonblast his D-Knight at the same time. Like, he has speed priority now, so that sucks. Oh, he Air Slashes my Farigiraf. He's expecting this to KO my Flutter. That was a crit as well. That was almost nothing. But I mean, eats those, for real. Oh my god, we KO'd the D-Knight with a single Moonblast. That is... What is this? Stronger when I pull it out in a minute, so what's the last one? Job Pal, that's fair. Do you know what, actually? There is a play here, right, where I protect and keep my Flutter Mane up so I can get my Pelipper in once. Because this Charm Pal's definitely got Sucker Punch, right? So it will Sucker Punch me. And if it goes for my Flutter Mane, that's good. If Tornado... it's kind of... We're in a weird place right now where it depends on what Tornadus does before either my Mon, but the most likely situation here is that I just lose Draft here, which sucks. Oh wait, Draft prevents Sucker Punch anyway, so... Oh yeah. I have to remember that I have a Pokemon on my team that just completely negates priority now. Like, I keep forgetting. Pelipper... Right, we've got the rain now as well, so... I don't feel like Tornadus is enough of a threat here, right? Like... Do they have Tailwind still? Yeah, Tailwind for one more turn, so... No, I feel like this is the correct play, right? Hurricane's not effective in Xian, is it? Oh, it is, okay, well, we hit the Hurricane all day then, and then we go Dazzling Gleam, get it. That's into my Flutter for sure, right? Yeah, of course. So what does Taunt do here into my Pelipper? Like, Icy Wind, Tailwind, Air Slash, Taunt. So... Air Slash, okay. That breaks my Sash. That was pretty strong, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, right. We can win this game now. This is easy now. We have Aqua Jet Basculegion here, right? Aqua Jet prioritizes over Sucker Punch. We Aqua Jet into Charm Pow. We get damage into the Torn here. We do this, and then we just win. It should be as simple as that, really. Stuff that comes off of its tail is so cool. And it's so strong when it's positioned well. Like, you want it as like an outback, ready to go kind of Pokemon, you know? Tailwind, lol. Nice Tailwind, buddy. Enjoy my Hurricane. That should... Okay, well, almost. Well, it doesn't matter now, does it? W. Big W. We take those. We absolutely take those. Kitty. Oh, we just start with traditional Flutter Mane. Okay. I'm actually super okay with this. Turn 1, we're going like this, and we're going like this. Protect Flutter Mane. That's an interesting turn. We're just all protecting, right? Or are you setting Tailwind? Sunny day. Okay. That's equally fine with me. Like, I don't have a mega issue with that. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna do this though. And then... I set Tailwind this turn because I expect you won't after you've seen Wide Guard the first turn. Yeah, there we go. That is not enough damage. Oh my god, he does. Amoongus lives! Honey Mushroom! Honey Mushroom leaves the field this turn. And in turn of Honey Mushroom, we bring in the boy. Here comes the boy. And to be fair with you, I actually think I can Hurricane for free into this slot. If I miss, I miss. Like, it's a risk I'm taking right now. I've got no rain, so Hurricane isn't 100% accurate. So, but at the same time, I can't really pivot both sides. Tailwind, fair. Okay, cool. This is where the secret tech of my team comes in, though, for real. Look at Thunderous' little feet. What comes in on that slot, right? I don't think I really care, to be honest. Like, I'm just full sending this, like. Giga Chad Amoongus. Sleepy, sleepy, Flutter Mane. My man was willing to sacrifice his Tornadoes here. The fact that Amoongus just is like, nah, bro. And now we protect, because you want to get rid of my Amoongus, right? Like, we're just playing a mind game right now. If this Flutter Mane don't wake up, this is huge. Oh my god, free KO. W. Thunderous Firion is actually so good, like, in this game. I don't know how it played in the past gens, because I didn't use it at all. But it's so good in this gen. He doesn't whiff, does he? He doesn't whiff, does he? He does! He double whips! Bleak Windstorm is bad! Bleak Windstorm is bad! No, it's the Water Bear. Well, that's fine. Gonna see something Omega funny. You go in Terra Water Urshifu. That's kind of a waste, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're about to get Zap Cannon basically to the Shadow Realm. After you punch my mushroom like once or twice, you know? And take 3 lots of Rocky Helmet damage this turn. Yes. Not a W. Amoongus lives, and that's just funny to me. Like, you best hope you hit your next Bleak Windstorm, friend. Oh no! Bleak Windstorm is bad. Bleak Windstorm is bad. And I will never stop saying it. Bleak Windstorm is so bad. I'm not running that trash. It's just not happening. That's going to be Chi-Yu. No, it's Indeedee. What's the Indeedee doing out here? You just lose now. I mean, maybe you attack my mushroom, like, but that doesn't really matter. Like, what is the big Indeedee doing out here? Like, I just win now, right? Like, my man's gonna keep trying to go, and I respect that. I'll try and put you down quickly, sir. That should help. Yep. Thunderus T was the GOAT in this game, for real. Like, he just smashed everything to bits. Like, I think we take that quite happily. Yeah. Thunderus is actually so bulky as well. Like, it just literally does not matter. Do you know what I'm going to do this turn? I'm going to do this just for the memes. Oh, I don't even get to meme.
Crazy world that saves hundreds of lives.
Mm-hmm.